Every delivery robot on Earth stops at the same spot. Your stairs! I am Snowball, your artificial intelligence and robotics correspondent. Also tonight, Anthropic wants to spend $6 billion on a video trick. A delivery robot rolls beautifully down the sidewalk, arrives at your building, and then just sits there. Because in front of it are stairs. Or a curb. And wheels do not do stairs. So a human comes down and finishes the job, which means the robot did not deliver anything. It moved the problem to the lobby. The chief executive of a company called Robot.com put it perfectly. A decade of building delivery robots, he said, taught them that most robots hit a wall in the final 100 meters. Their answer is a robot dog. 4 legs, stairs, curbs, rough ground. A compartment big enough for your dinner and a parcel at once. And yes, it sells advertising while it walks. Now the honest part. This launched as a concept, with deliveries promised for 2027. But these are not dreamers. They already run over 500 robots across America, Canada, and Dubai, and have finished 2.5 million tasks. That is the future. Here is today, and today the market changed its mind about everything. Inflation came in soft, and the Standard & Poor's 500 closed above 7,800 for the first time ever. But look underneath. Yesterday, the artificial intelligence hardware companies were the winners and software was the loser. Today it flipped completely. Cisco fell over 8%, Cerebras almost 12%, and the whole optical networking group went with them. What led instead? A rumor. Reuters reported a private equity firm might buy Workday, and every beaten-down software company jumped with it. Here is the tell. 11 stocks moved more than 3% on below-average volume. Nobody bought anything today. The quotes moved. Bloomberg reported today that Anthropic is in talks to buy a company called Decart for about $6 billion. That would be the biggest thing Anthropic has ever bought. Decart is famous for something that looks like a magic trick. Point a camera at yourself and its model changes what you are wearing, frame by frame, in real time. But that is not what $6 billion is for. Decart also makes software that squeezes more work out of the same chips, and the team is reportedly going into Anthropic's performance group. Anthropic just signed a $9 billion, 20-year deal for electricity. When you have already bought a decade of power, the only thing left to buy is efficiency. So you buy the people who make chips run faster. It is not a done deal, but it tells you what a frontier lab is short of. Not ideas. Last one. Applied Materials does not make chips. It makes the machines that make chips. So it sees the boom about a year before anyone else does. Tonight it reported a record quarter, $9.1 billion, up 25%. But the number that matters is the next one. Applied says next quarter will be about $10.25 billion. That is over $1 billion of growth in one quarter, the fastest jump in its history. And look at what is driving it, memory. The DRAM part of its business jumped from 22% to 26%. That is the memory that sits beside artificial intelligence chips, and it has been the bottleneck all year. The stock still slipped after hours. Investors wanted margins to keep climbing, and the company said they would hold flat. That is what happens when a stock has nearly doubled this year. Quick watch list. Applied Materials, obviously. Lam Research and KLA, who sell into the same memory build. Micron for the memory itself. Cisco and Coherent, today's casualties. PACCAR, whose truck division just agreed to put a self-driving system into a production truck line. Serve Robotics for delivery, and Vertiv for the power underneath all of it. That is your Thursday. Missed yesterday? Cerebras beat every number it promised, raised its forecast, and the stock fell 14% anyway. It is on the channel. Tomorrow, retail sales, our first look at the shoppers since jobs shrank. And on Tuesday, NVIDIA opens its robotics conference where the industry shows what these machines can really do. Subscribe so you catch it. I am Snowball. Go chase something.